Hello, welcome to another video. Now you already know from the title of this video that I'm going to talk today about whether it's worth having a smart speaker. And before you hit the dislike button, as I know you probably will, because statistically if you're watching this video the chances are you've gone out and bought one, I really want to get from you why I'm wrong. Why are smart speakers actually the greatest thing since sliced bread, and why am I missing the point? I'm going to give today just two reasons why I think that smart speakers are kind of a waste of money really, but I'd also give two reasons why maybe I'm wrong, and I'd like for you to put in the comments why you think I'm definitely wrong. So let's get cracking. So the first reason that I want to give for why smart speakers are kind of a waste of money is that most of us have already got a smart assistant. Now, you've probably got one of these. It's a smartphone. If you've got an Android phone, then you've got Google Assistant. If you've got an iPhone, as I have here, then you've got Siri. So why on earth would you want to then go out and buy another speaker to plug in to do what this can already do? I just don't get it. And also, those smart speakers that you buy and plug in, like the Amazon Echo Splat or the Google thing or whatever it's called, you have to plug those in, and if you want to get coverage throughout your house, you have to go and buy lots of them. Yeah, they know that you're going to do that. But my argument would be that most of us carry these things around. We're kind of attached to these things. There's nothing more annoying than going out with someone who is supposed to be talking to you and they've got their face permanently glued to their smartphone. Although, really, let's be honest, that could be more a reflection on my magnetic personality than it is on them just being addicted to their phones. But I digress. The fact is that we've got these things with us and near to us pretty much most of the time, even when we're at home. And because they've got a smart assistant built into them, we could use that. Why would you need to go out and buy a speaker that does something on a device that's already expensive and that you've already got? I just don't get it. Okay, one of the arguments might be that an Amazon Echo Splat is probably better than the smart assistant that you've got on your Android or iOS device. Now, 2 years ago, that might have been the case, but in 2019, it simply isn't. If you look at the dedicated and independent tests that have gone on looking at Alexa and Google Assistant and Apple Siri, you'll find that actually there isn't a lot of difference between those three smart assistants. They're all kind of much of a muchness. Yeah, there's little peaks and troughs here and there, but those are being ironed out all the time. And basically, those three assistants are kind of much of a muchness. Anything that you can do on your Amazon Splat, you can probably do on your Google Assistant or your Apple Siri. So what is the point in going out and buying something that you've already got? The second reason is something that won't be of a concern to a lot of people, but it's something that worries me, and that is one of privacy. Now, your Amazon Echo Splat and your Google thing are basically spying on you, let's be honest. They make their money by taking your data and using it to sell things to you and to sell your data on to other companies. I mean, it's pretty much, everybody knows that. That's kind of how their business model works. Whereas Apple are quite lucky because they sell hardware and it costs quite a bit of money. So they don't have to boost their business by selling your data. So they've actually said that they won't take your data and do anything with it. Their privacy is actually something that they're taking quite seriously. And for me, although Apple is a company, yeah, I like them, I buy a lot of their product, but boy, they infuriate me at times. But when it comes to privacy, I think they've got that spot on. There's no doubt that the HomePod or the Siri device built into your iOS device is actually quite a good thing to use if you're worried about privacy. If you have your home littered with Amazon Echo Splats, then they're basically listening to what you do. They're building up more of a picture on the kind of requests that you're putting through them. And for me, I find that kind of, I worry about that. I don't like that as a business model. So that's why I wouldn't have an Amazon Splat in my house at all, or a Google thing. But if you're not worried about that, then I can understand why, yes, you might want to buy one. But then I refer you to my previous point about the fact that you've already got a smart assistant. Okay, So now I'm going to look at a couple of reasons why you might want to actually buy a speaker after I've just said that they're a waste of money. And one is for audio. Now, if you've got an Amazon Echo Splat, one of those little ones, then pretty much they're useless, as I've already established, although you're going to tell me I'm wrong. But if you want to listen to music, say on a speaker, then yes, although the Splat is going to be pretty useless because the audio in it is just rubbish, there are some versions of Alexa and Google and Siri speakers out there that actually have some great audio in them. Now, something like the Sonos One is great for if you want to use Alexa, if you really have to have it. Yes, it's more expensive than a Splat, but it is, and I know it's called a Dot, I'm just taking the mic. But it has got great audio in it, and that's a good choice. The Google Max is also a brilliant speaker if you like to use Google Assistant. And for me, because I'm kind of hot on the privacy side, and so really Siri is my only choice, I have bought a HomePod. Now, the HomePod that I bought for my wife, and it sits in her little craft room, and in there it's perfect. She's got her hands full making crafty things or whatever it is that she does up there, and she can shout out to listen to music or podcasts and do all the usual things on a smart speaker, set appointments and all that kind of stuff. And that all works brilliantly. Plus the audio out the HomePod is fantastic. Because it's got criticised a little bit about the price point, but actually if you look at the quality Amazon and Google speakers, they are also on the expensive side. In fact, the Google Max can be more expensive depending on where you are in the world than the HomePod. Yes, the Sonos is actually cheaper, so if you're on Alexa and you really don't care about your privacy, then the Sonos is a pretty good choice actually. But the HomePod for the mid-range, mid-price speaker was a great choice, and I don't regret it. It's got fantastic audio. I'm quite jealous actually because she's got it up in her room and I haven't got it down here. So I missed a trick there. The final thing is really about smart speakers in general. It's such early days when it comes to the technology. It's really early on. And the fact that there are 3 companies that are vying for the top is quite good really, because Apple started off quite early with Siri, but they didn't really develop it very hard. And of course then Amazon came in and really overtook. And as I said a couple of years ago, it would have been a good choice because it had all of the facilities that at the time Apple and even Google were falling back on. But in 2019 they've all kind of caught up. And because they're all pushing each other, that situation is only going to continue. So it's a really good thing for us as consumers. So, but that is really my point, that as this technology continues to get better, then there will come a time when you can shout just about anything in any natural language context at a smart speaker or your phone, and it will give you a comprehensive and accurate answer. I still think really that when it comes to smart speakers, smart assistants in general really, that although they're pretty good most of the time, you still kind of have to think, particularly with Amazon actually, with the Alexa, you have to think how you're wording, how you're constructing your queries in order to get the best possible answer. That situation will change, it will improve, that it will get better. Natural language queries will always get better, and I think whichever smart assistant you decide to have, it's going to be a great choice because they will all work pretty well as each other. So I've talked there a little bit about why I think you maybe should have a speaker for the audio quality maybe, but when it comes to anything else, when it comes to actually the privacy, I think that's a questionable area. But generally I think, why would you buy, this is my main point, why would you buy a smart speaker when you've already got one on your phone? Thanks for watching, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm expecting loads of comments below, and please do tell me what you think. Tell me why I'm wrong, tell me why I am living in the dark ages, why I am an idiot, and I will constructive comments I would love to get from you, and I will respond to all of the constructive comments below, and the ones that aren't constructive I will delete. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.